Today we are going to do some multiple choice questions on Central Vigilance Commission Act 2003. So before going further, I would like to give some introduction on to this act. So this act was enacted with the purpose for the constitution of the Central Vigilance Commission CVC, and the purpose was so that this commission will inquire into the matters for the offenses committed under Prevention of Corruption Act. So this commission will inquire into the offenses committed under Prevention of Corruption Act and by the against whom. So committed by the public servant of central government, corporation established by the central government, government companies, societies and local authorities owned or controlled by the central government. So for this purpose, this act was constituted to inquire into the offences committed under Prevention of Corruption Act and against whom, by the public servant, by the corporation, government company, societies or local authorities controlled by the central government. So moving to the question. So Central Government Vigilance Commission Act was enacted in the year 2003 and this act was constituted in the year 2003, and this is act number 45 of 2003. Moving further, this commission, that is Central Vigilance Commission, consists of, so the Central Vigilance Commission consists of one Central Vigilance Commissioner and not more than 2 VCs, that is Vigilance Commissioner. The correct option is option B. Moving to question number 3. The headquarters of the commission shall be at. So the headquarters of the commission is at New Delhi. So this is provided under section 9. Section 9 of the Act. Now the CVC, next question is the CVC and Vigilance Commissioners are appointed by. So appointment will be made by the President. So, and this is provided under section 4 of the Act. Now next question is now here the catch is that the President will not appoint the VC, Vigilance Commissioner or Central Vigilance Commissioner on its own. Rather, the President appoints them on the recommendation of a committee. So this committee shall consist of Prime Minister. Prime Minister will be the chairperson of the committee. Home Minister will be one of its member, and Leader of Opposition in Lok Sabha, that is House of People, will be its one of other member. So now in this background, reading question number 5, this is the selection committee does not include Prime Minister is there, Minister of Home Affairs is there, Leader of Opposition is there. So the correct option would be option D, that is Speaker of Lok Sabha is not the member of the selection committee for the recommendation of the names of the Vigilance Commissioner and Central Vigilance Commission to the President. So D. Now moving further, question number 6 is as per explanations to section 4 clause 1, when no leader of opposition is recognized, who is included? So as per when you read the explanation, it clearly stipulates that where no such leader has been so recognized the such member will include the leader of the single largest group in the opposition. So option B is the correct answer. Now moving forward, it is related to the tenure of the CVC. So tenure of the Central Vigilance Commissioner is, it would be either 4 years or 65 years, whichever is earlier. So correct option would be option B. And also the tenure of the VC as well as CVC both is 4 years plus 4 year or 65 year, whichever is earlier. Now there is another catch in this, that if the Central Vigilance Commissioner cease to hold the office by whatever may be the reason, cease to hold office, he shall be ineligible for his reappointment in the commission. But this ineligibility will not be there for the Vigilance Commissioner, as if he, upon his ceasing to hold the office as a VC, he can be reappointed as the CVC, that is Central Vigilance Commissioner. So the next question is in this background is, the Vigilance Commissioner on ceasing to hold office is eligible for his reappointment as Vigilance Commissioner, option A. And this is provided under section 5 of the CVC Act. Going further, total combined tenure of the VC elevated to CVC cannot exceed. So this is one of the important question, because for example, let's say there is a person X who has been appointed as a VC and he remained there on the post of VC for 2 years, and in 2017 he completes 2 years. In 2017 he gets promoted, or he gets appointed to the post of CVC. So here, as per the proviso, the combined tenure of this VC, this X on the post of VC plus CVC, shall not be in aggregate more than 4 years. So the correct option is option B, that is 4 years. And this is irrespective of whether he has attained the age of 65 years or not. So next question is, removal of CVC or VC under section 6 clause 1 requires. So under section 6 there is a provision for the removal of CVC and VC. So the procedure is that, firstly, the president will be on the ground of proved misbehavior or incapacity, proved misbehavior or incapacity. The President will send a reference to the Supreme Court, and Supreme Court thereafter will do an inquiry. Thereafter he will submit a report back to the President, and thereafter the President can remove him. So the removal of CVC or CVC under section 6 clause 1 requires the resolution by the Lok Sabha, inquiry by the Supreme Court on President's reference, order by Home Ministry, complaint to Lokpal. So the correct answer is option B, inquiry by the Supreme Court on President's reference. Next question is, under section 6 clause 3, the President may remove CVC or VC if the person is. So section 6 clause 3 has given certain grounds on which the President can remove him from the office. Under investigation, this is incorrect. Firstly, under section 6 clause 3 there is certain grounds. For example, if he has been adjudged as insolvent, has been convicted of an offense involving moral turpitude, if he has become infirm by mind or body. So these are some of the grounds. So the correct option would be option B. He has been convicted of an offense involving moral turpitude. Now next question. Under section 8 subsection 1 clause A subclause A, CVC exercises superintendence over DSP, that is Delhi Special Police Establishment Act, in matters relating to, so be it CVC Act or DSP Act, it basically covers the matters relating to the Prevention of Corruption Act. So the correct answer would be offenses under Prevention of Corruption Act 1988. So next question is under section 8 proviso to section 8(1)(b), the CVC shall not So these are the four options. And the correct option is option B. The Central Vigilance Commission shall not require the DSP, that is Delhi Special, to investigate a case in a particular manner. Like if a commission sent a case to the DSP, that is Delhi Special Police Establishment, that is it is basically the CBI. To CBI, he will not tell, the CBC will not tell CBI how to investigate that, how to investigate the CVC cannot tell. So correct option is option B. Now moving further, question number 14. Under section 8 subsection 2, until government issues a notification specifying levels of officer, all officers of corporation, companies or local authorities are deemed. So the correct option to this question would be are deemed to be a covered person under section 8 subsection 1D. And subsection 8(1)(d) basically refers to the says that inquiry or investigation to be made on any complaint against any official belonging to such category of official against whom a complaint has been received for the commission of the offences relating to Prevention of Corruption Act. So until government issues a notification specifying levels of officer, all officers of the company are deemed to covered persons under 8(1)(d), so that against these persons inquiry or investigation can be done. So the next question is section 8A applies to it is a specific, so section 8A applies to group C and group D officials only. So this has been added by the Lokpal and Lokayukta Act of 2013. So, and it is related to the corruption of public servants belonging to group C and group D officials of the central government. So the correct option is option C, that is group C and group D officials. Now moving forward. Under section 8A clause 1, after preliminary inquiry the CVC may take which action? So these are the four options provided. So the CVC can proceed with there are three options with the CVC. First option is he can cause an investigation to be done by the TSPE, that is CBI. or another agency. Second, initiation of departmental proceeding. And third is closure of the proceeding against such public servant. So from these four, the appropriate option would be option B, that is cause investigation by DSP or another agency. Now moving further, the time limit for preliminary inquiry under section 8A subsection 2 is 90 days plus 90 days. So the preliminary inquiry has to be completed within a period of 90 days, and this 90 days can be extended further by up 90 days. So the correct option is option B. Moving further, under section 8B subsection 2, an agency investigating on CVC reference must submit the investigation report to. So if the CVC has made a reference for the investigation to the CBI, such investigation agency has to submit the report back to the commission itself. So the correct answer is option B, CVC. Now moving further, as per section 9 clause 3, the business of commission shall be transacted. So as per the mandate of 9(3), it has to be transacted unanimously as far as possible. That is option B is the correct answer. Moving further, and 9 clause 4 is continuation of this question. With respect to that, where if the unanimity is not possible, then matter is decided by the majority of opinion among the CVC and the VCs. So the correct option is 20. Option is B, that is, if no unanimity is possible among the members of the VC and CVC, then by the majority, such transaction or the matter is decided. Moving further, as per section 11, the CV Commission has the power of a civil court in respect of. So as per section 11, the Commission shall have the power of the civil court in respect of not all the matters handled by the CVC, rather in case of the inquiries under section 8(1)(b) and 8(1). Here the correct option would be inquiries under section 8(1)(c) and 8(1)(d) of the CVC. So this is the correct answer. That is the inquiry into the offences relating to the corruption against the government officials. So this is the correct answer. So proceeding before the commission are deemed to be judicial proceedings for the purposes of which sections? So this is provided under section 12. And for which section? The correct answer is option 193 and 228. So proceeding before the commission are deemed to be a judicial proceeding for the purposes of section 193 and 228 of the IPC. And now it would be its relevant section under BNS. Now expenses of the CVC are charged upon. For example, the salary of the Central Vigilance Commissioner, Secretary of the Commission, and other staff of the Commission shall be charged on the Consolidated Fund of India. This is provided under section 13. Moving further, annual report of the CVC must be presented to the President within. So it is the duty of the Central Vigilance Commission to present annually So this report will be presented annually to the president with respect to the work done by the commission in that year, and this has to be submitted within 6 months of the close of the year. So correct option is option B, and this is provided under section 14 of the act. Moving further, under section 11A, the director of inquiry. So this is new section. This has been amended, added, inserted by way of Lokpala and Lokayukta Act. Lokpala and Lokayukta Act of 2013. And it says that the director of inquiry shall not be below the rank of. So here in this one more question can be asked, that director of inquiry shall be appointed by whom? So it shall be appointed by the central government, and he shall not be below the rank of joint secretary to the government of India. The correct option is option C. Moving further, under section 18, the CVC may call for. So the CVC has the power to call for any report, returns or statements from the central government, from any societies, local authorities owned or controlled by the government. So for the purpose of investigation, inquiry, so the commission has this power to call for any reports, returns and statements. Moving further, under section 19, the CVC must consult CVC when making. So section 19 is the rule making power. So whenever the central government makes any rules with regard to regarding governing vigilance or disciplinary matter, it must consult the commission. So correct option is option B. Moving further, under section 25, a director of enforcement is appointed by the central government on recommendation of the committee chaired by. So this is a new provision under section 25, and this has been director of enforcement. There is a committee for the appointment of the director of enforcement. There are 5 members, including 1 plus 4, 1 chairperson and 4 members. So this committee is chaired by the Central Vigilance Commissioner. Moving further, the minimum tenure of the director of enforcement is. So minimum tenure is 2 years. He shall hold the office for not less than 2 years. This is provided under 25D. So minimum tenure is 2 years. So next question is, under section 26B, the superintendence of DSP in matters relating to PC Act vested in. So in all the matters of the DSP relating to PC Act, the superintendence shall vest in the commission, that is Central Vigilance Commission. So that would be all. Thank you for